Hi, this is Jonathan Kelly with the Fireplace BarBQ Center, and today I want to show you a pretty cool product that a lot of people don't know really even exists, and it's a quick and easy way to really upgrade the look of your fireplace. There's a lot of these fireplaces out here. These are called direct vent fireplaces. They actually even have other versions as well, whether it's a B vent or a ZC fireplace or something like that. But this home here is probably about 10 years old or so, and they did a really good job putting travertine tile around this fireplace. But there were certain areas on it, vents and louvers where air is supposed to blow out, that they couldn't put travertine or tile on. So ultimately what happens is, while you have a nice looking fireplace, you have these big areas of black metal that you can't cover up on that. So there's a company that we like to use called Stoll Industries in South Carolina, and they can make some really cool different magnetic doors that just kind of magnetize to a fireplace to cover it up. So we have an example of one of these right here, one of these doors here, and what was really cool is that we were able to take about 15 or 20 different measurements, send those into a manufacturer, and they're able to create this custom-made metal trim piece here in probably 20-something different colors for us. This homeowner had kind of like a faux bronze type finish to their mantle, so there was like an aged type bronze metal that we could get that matches really well. But they also have the screens in here that kind of hide and protect the glass as well. But basically there's magnets. There's these earth magnets that are here in the corners, and they're super strong magnets. And that's the only thing that attaches it. So on this particular fireplace, a direct vent fireplace, you'll have to go in maybe every year or two and clean it and vacuum it out and everything. So you want to be able to take this front off or this face off that fireplace and get to everything. And then when you're done, you just want to magnetize it back on there. So that's what we'll do here in a second. An interesting thing as well, let's say that you don't necessarily mind the look so much of it, but that you really want to protect kids from the glass. So that glass on the front of that fireplace on some of these things can get over 700 degrees potentially, maybe even hotter than that. But that glass can get so hot to the point that if kids were to touch that glass, they can instantly blister or burn themselves. Interestingly enough, in January 2015, the Consumer Product Safety Commission stepped in and required all of these fireplaces to come from the factory with some type of screen, or we call them safety barrier screens. So there has to be some type of screen in the last 3 years for all of these fireplaces. So there's a lot of fireplaces obviously that were put in 15 years before that became a mandate by the Consumer Product Safety Commission. So this may be a way that you can actually go in and just kind of bring your fireplace up to current safety standards with a magnetic screen on there. So that's a good point as well. I've always, even when we sold these fireplaces before they stepped in January 2015, we typically always showed them on our showroom floor with screens and sold them with screens because these fireplaces look good, but I never liked seeing the reflection on the glass. That always looked fake, kind of like an aquarium. So having a screen on there, I think, softens that. And then, covering up those black louvers. Now, again, this fireplace here, we've actually removed the louvers on the top because that's how we want air to circulate more freely into the room when we kick our fans on. So normally you wouldn't see this gap in here. You'd have some vents, some louvers, just like you do on the bottom, duplicated or replicated on the top as well. We've taken those off already because they interfere, I think, with airflow and how we want to get that heat or that hot air back out into the room. But once you have a screen custom made for that, installation is the easiest thing you'll ever see in the fireplace industry. So you just take the screen over here, just set it on the floor. Again, this was custom made to go inside that travertine, and you can kind of hear it catch when I put it on there. So the magnets grabbed it, and now it's on there, and it's perfect. But I think if you look at that screen there, this fireplace looks tremendously better with that front on there. This particular manufacturer had the option of doing doors, if you want to have doors inside there, although they really don't do anything for you, because you still have to take the whole front off to get to it anyway, but at least you have those doors on there. But you can do some of these with doors, without doors. You can still have a lot of little decorative finishes done here as well. But I think that fireplace looks 10 times better with that front on it than it does without. Not to mention, if I were to go up here now, yes, I can put my hand here, and I'm kept about, on this particular fireplace, maybe 2.5 inches away from the glass, so it's very warm, but it's not hot, it's not burning me. So, especially on fireplaces that are floor level, where little kids can run up there and kind of hit that. So, I think this is an easy way to do that. The fans on this fireplace just kicked in while I was talking. You may or may not be able to hear that. Again, that's why we removed those louvers back behind there in the top, because I really think those kind of restrict airflow whenever that fan comes on. But I really want that air to come out here into the room so we can really feel it and use it. So again, my name is Jonathan with the Fireplace BarBQ Center. We use a company called Stoll Industries that can help make these faces for fireplaces. While they take 15 or 20 different measurements to get it done right, once those measurements are in there, this is the easiest upgrade I think you can make to any fireplace. Not only will it make it look better, but I think it'll also make it a safer fireplaces so your loved ones won't burn themselves on the glass. So, and something like this, there's a lot of different ways to get it. You can get them as probably inexpensive as $500, and then they can go up to maybe $2,000 if you want something really heavy metal, really heavy gauge steel, more of a blacksmith type look, more of like a stove type look. So you may have a house that has a really rustic design to it, and then a builder put in one of these fireplaces that's anything but rustic, but you can go in and really kind of give it a facelift by putting a really fancy screen on there as well, without having to go in and tear out all the tile, the travertine, the mantle, or anything like that. So a quick and easy way to do it. Again, I'm Jonathan with the Fireplace BarBQ Center. Our website is fireplacecenterkc.com. And if you have any questions, comments, or anything, you can leave those below on our YouTube page, and we'd be happy to answer those or point you in the right direction. Thank you.